Yes, students, in the last video we were seeing like how the transport services are provided by the internet. In this session, we are going to see what are the protocols involved. If I say transport layer services, then two protocols. If I say transport layer itself, then two protocols will be involved. One is TCP and the other one is UDP. Okay, so if I say TCP, the TCP protocol is nothing but transmission control protocol. So it involves two processes, as I said already in the last session, handshaking process and the other one is data. Before sending the data, I should do the handshaking process. Okay, that is also done. So after the handshaking phase, a TCP connection is said to exist. Once the handshaking is done, the data transfer will be done. The connection is a full duplex connection. In that, two processes can send message to each other over the connection at the same time. Okay, next comes UDP services. As I said in the TCP, the UDP there is no handshaking process. If I want to send the message, I will not ask the permission of the receiver or the destination that whether you are interested to receive or not. If I want to send the data, I will just send. It is his own wish to accept it or not. And what I can do is I will get the data, I will put the destination address and I will send it. That is what UDP is. So it will not provide reliable data transfer. Whereas our TCP will provide reliable data transfer. How it is providing reliable data transfer? As I said, by getting the acknowledgement, we will come to know that all the data whichever was sent by us is received by the receiver without any failure. So that ensure that reliability guarantee is given by the TCP, but UDP just will send. It is not worried of whether it has been received by the receiver or not. That is why it is called unreliable protocol or unreliable data service it is going to provide. Okay, UDP is a no-frill lightweight transport protocol providing minimal services. As I said, minimum service only it will provide, just sending the data, nothing else other than that. UDP is connectionless. Since we are not going to establish any handshaking, it is called as connectionless protocol. So there is no handshaking before the two process starts to communicate. Next, UDP provides an unreliable data service, as I said. That is when a process sends a message into a UDP socket, UDP provides no guarantee that message will ever reach the receiving process. Furthermore, messages that do arrive at the receiving process may arrive out of order. Yes, one more thing you have to remember is it will not give guarantee that whether it has been received or not, and it may also reach out of order. It will not be in the same order which was sent by the sender. So these are the services provided by the internet, that is email, remote terminal access. If you want to send email, then what is the application layer protocol associated with this SMTP, and the TCP protocol is used. Remote terminal access, telnet protocol we are going to use, which is also going to use TCP. Then web, HTTP, and the underlying protocol along with the TCP only it can work. That is why we said this is transport services provided by the internet. Without the support of the transport protocols such as TCP and UDP, these application layer protocols cannot work. If I want to send a mail, I need some transport protocol, either it should be TCP or it should be UDP. So with the support of the transport protocol only, our application layer protocol can work. So if I want to send a mail, I want TCP. I want to telnet, I have to use TCP. And if I want to search something in the web page, I will be using the protocol called HTTP, which is application layer protocol, and also I need TCP protocol, which is the transport layer protocol. Okay. Next comes application layer protocol. So what are the application layer protocols? Just now we saw it is nothing but SMTP, FTP, HTTP and internet telephony. These are the application layer protocols. What is protocol? Already we have said. So the rules which is going to determine see, if I want to send mail, there is some sort of protocol, say some sort of rules which I have to follow to send the mail. I have to type the source address, sorry, obviously it will come, the source address will come, destination address, two address I have to type, and in the body of the message only I have to type the content and I have to click the send. So these are the protocols that has to be followed in order to send an email. So every protocol, the protocol is nothing but which will provide the rules. So in order to use any protocol SMTP, in order to do any application or use any functionalities, mailing process or file data transfer, so all these, for these things, what and all protocol, what and all rules we have to follow, that is set. So that is why it is called as application layer protocol. So what it is going to define? The types of messages exchanged, for example request message and the response message. The syntax of various message types, as I said, send should be there, body should, content should be typed in the body, source address should be there, destination address should be, these are the syntax. How the fields are delineated, how the fields should be entered at. See, if I want to send the mail, I cannot say send Soumya. I should put Soumya dot sairamce, Soumya at sairamce.ed.in. So this is how it should be followed. The semantics of the field, that is meaning of the field. The information field, the rules for determining when and how a process sends messages and responds to messages. So this is what, these are the things our protocol is going to define. What our protocol is going to define is what is the type of the message exchange, whether it is going to be a request or response message, and what is the syntax, and how the fields should be, and what is the meaning of every field, and what are the rules to send and the receive. These 5 things are set by our application layer protocols. So we'll see what are the network applications, then what is the associated protocol of it. The web and HTTP, FTP, email. Email means SMTP, DNS, the Internet's directory service, then comes peer-to-peer application. So the first will be web and HTTP. Okay. So if I want to use server, like if I want to use Google server, I will be entering into my Google Chrome, or I can use Mozilla. Some search engine is required. So I'll be going to the browser and I'll be typing. The request will go to the server and the response will be given by the server. With the help of, I need some protocol, I need some protocol's help to send the request and the response. The protocol which I am going to use to get the web page from the server is nothing but HTTP. So the hypertext transfer protocol, the web's application layer protocol, as I said, is at the heart of the web. The client program and the server program executing on different end systems talk to each other by exchanging HTTP messages. So what type of messages will be exchanged? HTTP. If I am going to use HTTP protocol, then obviously HTTP messages. If I am going to use mail, then SMTP messages. Okay. HTTP defines the structure of these messages. So as I said, 5 things will be defined by every protocol. One is what type of message it is, and what is the syntax of the message, what is the meaning of the every field, and what is the delineant of the every field, and how the sending and the receiving process should be done. So these 5 things will be defined by every protocol. So what our HTTP is going to do is the same thing. These 5 things also should be said by our HTTP protocol. So HTTP defines the structure of these messages and how the client and the server exchange the messages. Yes, the web and HTTP. What is web page? Web page is nothing but a collection of documents you will be seeing. So it is a set of documents. Next, an object is simply a file. A file is nothing but an object, such as HTML file. It will have every object will be having a HTML file or a JPG image. It can also have a Java applet or a video clip. If you open a web page, you will see all the things, all the components, whichever I said here, as can be HTML, or you will see image, or you will see video. Everything will be seen. The web and the HTTP. HTTP defines how web clients. HTTP is nothing but hypertext transfer protocol, which helps us to search the or transfer and send and receive the web pages between the client and the server. So how web clients request web pages from the web servers, and how servers transfer web pages to the clients, as I said. So this is the HTTP request and the response behavior. See, I am the client, I am sending the request, HTTP request, and I will be getting the response. So I am sending, see, where is Sairam College of